That was a mistake through and through. Admitted, confessed. But no mistake, these two are in this final because they've really played well. They've earned it. Timely play, but especially Gates digging in to fight back against a truly in form David Cameron. And Baggish, well, he's just finished extremely well all weekend, and his scoring has come along for the ride just of late as well.
Well, look, we've got one of these intriguing matches where it's the guy who's been scoring heavily against the guy who's been finishing clinically. If those trends continue, we could be in for a humdinger.
91.
And there's the added bonus. You might see Lenny Gates have a miscount. We could have a bit of everything in this one.
Well, he's hoping not.
81.
He's gonna have to be extra sure on every dart now. I think he should just be asking the referee every time when he's in the finishing quadrant.
Well, Danny Baggish gets himself down to the finish after 3 visits to the board.
60. Danny 170.
The calculator there, Kirk Bevins. He never gets his numbers wrong.
93.
Yeah, and I think if he ever did, we'd just be too afraid to even challenge it.
Oh, no, I'd give it a go.
58.
Well, Leonard, some players will be looking at 19s and using the ball there to get down to a finish. That's perhaps a little much to ask. Double top.
37.
Well, it's only the 6th dart at double he's missed today.
Well, this is a poor opening leg from Gates, who, with the throw, won't be able to get a dart for double in 18 darts. And that is not defending your throw very well at all. Door wide open for Baggish. Well, this is unusual. This is not the norm that we've seen set today by him.
Well, don't be saving up all your missed darts for the final, Danny Baggish. That is not a good plan. As Leonard Gates can punish. And punish he does.
Leonard Gates. Danny to throw first. Game. 140.
Well, Leonard Gates, I think when he was talking to you on your new podcast, John, he was saying that Danny Baggish, he classed him as amongst his toughest opponents, his toughest competitors he'd faced in his career. And certainly he ran into him in the semi-finals of this 3 years ago and only lost in the last leg decider. He lost in a final of a CDC event to Danny just a few weeks ago as well.
Well, and unfortunately, when you kind of learn that somebody might just have your number, if you don't get them early in the first, say, 3 times you play them, and you get, it just sort of gets established, and you want to establish that over the other players, which you can do, but there'll always be a few guys that will give you problems relentlessly, and they might not trouble anyone else. There's no rhyme or reason to it necessarily.
Who's your bogeyman? Who's your nemesis, John?
31.
Okay, well, there's a guy named Phil, but other than Phil, I'll give credit to James Wade. He seemed to frustrate me to no end at different points in my career. When I was playing very well, and I just couldn't get past him at times. So, and he's still doing it to people. He's still playing tonight.
81.
Well, if your nemesis are Phil Taylor and James Wade, I think you're doing pretty well. Now, Danny Baggish going the 18s route again, but he rescues it with the second dart into the treble 16. And Danny Baggish has now missed 5 darts at double in this game. Coming into this in the quarters and the semis, he'd only missed 5 darts at double over those 2 matches. Back on track.
The leg, Leonard to throw first. Game.
Well, we had noted Leonard Gates. His strength has been the scoring, not in this final so far. 2 legs, struggling to get the scores anywhere near as he has already. And there's one, 40, that will maybe settle him back into that routine, because it hasn't really suffered any damage because he was able to hold his throw somehow that first leg.
The range has been found.
140.
Back-to-back ton 40s, and Leonard Gates all of a sudden is looking like the Leonard Gates we've seen all afternoon, who's been averaging 95 for the tournament, and that's good standard.
Very good.
$59. $140.
Well, it kind of gets him down, and Leonard won't have an outshot here at 162. So Baggish might be able to pressure. There's 88 left now, and down to 68. Now he's going to have to be careful which numbers he selects, which numbers he leaves.
57.
Not enough pressure from the defending champion, the number 3 seed. 16 or 8. No, he's going up. Staying there to go double 14. I assume, Lenny. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that. Normally one would go 6 or 16 or 8, right next to each other, so it's very hard to mess that up. But he stayed up there, and he just about got that double 14. He hits the edges of doubles a lot, I've noticed today.
Same number of points.
59.
But that's where it kind of gets into your opponent's head. It's like, oh, that could have been a miss. You kind of wince as an opponent when those doubles just get in on the sides.
$45.
Baggish is finding that first dart more often than Gates. And if he can use it, as he did there, picked up another treble, and he can outscore Leonard Gates. Well, that's been his primary weapon in this tournament, Leonard Gates. So if Danny Baggish can do that, then he's in with a very, very good chance.
I'll give you some shocking numbers here. On the first 9, Baggish 101, Gates 70. 70 for a first 9. I mean, that is so far below par for him. Yet he's only down 2-1. Or he's ahead 2-1. What am I saying? Down. He's ahead 2-1.
And it is a top 40, but that sets-up shot from Danny Baggish. It was pure perfection. That's better than a 180. It's harder to hit. Magnificent 4 darts from Danny Baggish. 3 separate big trebles hit and double 12 pinned as well. He's played with a demeanour, Danny Baggish, today that suggests he's enjoying himself. But that's because he's been winning, right?
He didn't seem to enjoy the last few legs of the semi-final.
That did get a little
It was
bit
a little
testy.
slippery there.
60.
But yeah, he was certainly happy at the end of it. He can celebrate a match as well as anybody in the game.
97.
It'd be interesting to see if his demeanour is as jovial, because the stakes are enormous. $10,000 for the winner of this, but a place at Alexandra Palace. Now, that is obviously a dream for Leonard Gates. He says this is the biggest game of his life. But for Danny Baggish, who has chased his dream of being a professional darts player, if he does not make it to the World Championship this year, he has almost no chance of retaining his tour card and preserving his status. This is a route there and a chance.
81.
It won't be the last one if he doesn't win this final,
No.
but this is
It's
certainly
the best one.
This is by far the best option at the moment. It's just right there in front of him. 4 legs away, in fact. You can taste it.
58.
Ton 40 would leave a Shanghai finish.
60.
And he can't pick up any trebles, Danny Baggish.
128.
And while he'll feel that he's the stronger player right now in this game, until he gets his nose in front, it's going to be a problem for him.
92.
Pressure. Bucket loads of it.
Yeah, that's a great feeling when you can get that pressure on, because then you have some hope. Has to go to 9s. And again, effective. Not quite at the edge of the double, near the top, but he's keeping the line well. Leonard Gates on those side doubles.
Just in the corners, where the owl sleeps. That's how the South Americans call a top corner finish in the football.
Ah, where the owl sleeps.
There you go. A little bit of culture for you there.
140.
Still searching for that first 180 in this one, Leonard Gates. Hit 7 already today. But this is a man who can ignite. We saw him at Q School. There was a single game average from him of more than 113. That is elite level stuff. When he gets it right, it is amazing.
100.
His criticism, or the criticism of him, has always been the B game hasn't been good enough. But today, he's played some really good, solid darts without being at his very, very best. That is good B game stuff.
59.
And a great first start there.
99.
That's enough to leave 88. I feel pretty confident about that returning. I feel even with some pressure here. Of course, Leonard would love to get the pressure on.
96. Don't you require 88?
Should have went to the bull or 25 that last start.
Bullseye it is. And that's not there. Leonard Gates on a 1 treble combo finish to open up a little bit of daylight for the first time in this contest. 5 legs in, it's been hold after hold after hold. He could stay there, but that sees double 16. Pinned for a 4-2 lead, and Leonard Gates goes 2 up.
Leonard throw first.
Well, very significant blow has been landed. And a hand tap acknowledging a really excellent time shot.
81.
I was with you there. I was feeling like maybe stay on the treble 20, and he went over and so well hit it.
80.
Double 16, no mistake.
Hey, Leonard Gates going conventional routes for finishes. Who knew?
100.
Well, you can see there's quite the chasm in the averages. And yet, 4-2 in favour of Leonard Gates, because he's finishing. He's completely switched around. We had the scorer versus the finisher. They've swapped roles.
They have.
And as is often the case, the finisher gets the better of the scorer in many, many occasions.
In the timing game, especially of it. Once in a while, you get a well-timed score that can change everything around, the 180 at the right moment, and more often than not, it is the finishing.
But the scoring might be coming back for Leonard Gates, and if it is, then Danny Baggish has got serious problems.
140.
That's pretty good. Gives him a chance if there's a miss, but the mood Gates is in, you don't expect it.
Oh no. Oh! Well, the wide-eyed stare of surprise from Leonard Gates.
8.
But he did leave 32, which he just pinned the last leg.
Treble 17. The bullseye again. And Baggish gets it this time. Massive moment.
Well, just a little entertaining this is.
Danny to throw first.
Some big-time punishment delivered by the gambler.
Game on.
He is still fighting for this title, looking to become the first person ever to successfully defend it.
What a difference it makes. Could have been 5-2 down, but now has the throw to level.
96.
Nobody's more aware of that than Leonard Gates, who had those darts at tops and only got 2 darts at tops because he had to use the last dart just to fix up for the next turn he never got.
99.
Now we'll see what they're made of. With so much riding on this. And it being so tight.
Well, I've seen what they've been made of so far, and I'm pretty impressed.
91.
Just the wrong side of the wire there for Danny Baggish. But he's still not a comfortable lead, but a lead in this leg.
100.
Well, yeah, it's not comfortable, and just one mistake again could turn everything back to the Gates' advantage.
Nothing's comfortable in this game.
95.
That's why it's great watching two men suffer.
Sweating.
Great set-up shot from Leonard Gates.
Danny 120.
Danny Baggish took out the 1-2-1. The 120 is a little bit easier.
Is it? He really needs this. He has to hold, get in there under that one. No, and Gates now with his chance to punish, to break.
67.
He's got options here. He may have options I hadn't even considered. No, that's a conventional one. 18. Double 16. Gates gets it right again. The finishing has been excellent from Leonard Gates.
Flag is Leonard to throw first. Game on.
This is top entertainment. Top darts.
100.
We need more of these events over here, Dan. Wow. In a venue like this, with this sort of audience, we have great audiences, and it's been proven this week.
100.
They've had some good stuff to cheer. And of course, Leonard Gates is back tonight for the final session of the US Darts Masters as well.
And what a perfect way it would be to carry on into that event, to secure his place at the Alley Pally, just a minor matter before he takes on Peter Wright.
108.
Maximum number 2 for the gambler, who is very much all in right now. It is win or bust for Danny Baggish.
But he's going to have to double down a few times to get back level here.
He's stolen the darts. Some helpful fans pointing out that he needed to do his shoelace up. Sure he appreciated that.
93.
I wouldn't be worried about the shoelace much. I'd risk it.
Be more worried about the boot of Leonard Gates, which is figuratively
96.
holding him down and in danger of giving him a bit of a shoeing at the minute. Treble 20 and bull. Can't get another crack at a bullseye finish.
63.
But Leonard Gates, these soft hit players love a bullseye, John Park.
They do. They do love these bulls. Well, that's a 20. So he can only hope now to get a chance for the match. Baggish,
99.
no more meaningful visit in this event than this one.
Leonard has left himself on double 13 for the match, something we know he can hit even when he doesn't want it. That's a miss, but it can be rectified. One dart to save himself.
45.
And he drags it low, and Leonard Gates can seal it on double 13.
Oh,
of all the numbers.
Of all the doubles, and he's pointing at it going, I know this one. You know why? Because I hit it. It didn't count for anything, but I know this double.
He's laughing, but he's trying to shake off the tension because it's the biggest game of his life. And he's only gone and won it! The soldier is marching on to Alexandra Palace. He is North American champion, Leonard Gates.